Okie dokie. We should be live, and then I'm going to go live in here. Let's go here. Okay. Okay, we're good. Hey guys, how are you? I'm going to put this here. I'm home. Hey guys, how are you? It is your girl Genesis. Welcome to my office. I am chill. I have my dad's golf hat on. If you love to golf, say hey. If you watch the Masters, say hey. If you didn't, okay. Anyway, I'm a huge golf fan. I'm actually about to invest in a new set of clubs. I went golfing with my father at the driving range right before it got too cold, and I broke one of my clubs and one of my irons actually. And so yeah, time for me to invest in a new set. Anyway, hello guys, come on in. So I wanted to do this before the weekend picked up. It's Good Friday, just got home from church. In my home office, I'm about to knock out a lot of work. And I wanted to do this video because I'm getting so many questions and so much stuff has happened in the past 24 hours. Hey, Millionaire Barber, how are you? So it's been a lot. So I've been getting all these shout outs, and a lot of you guys have come over from Instagram. I went from my big sis, six-figure chick, shouted me out tonight. My girl Kiana shouted me out. I have new YouTube followers. So I see Miss Missy. Hello, you're new to my page. Welcome. Hello, Mo. How are you? So hello to everyone. We're streaming off of Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. So guys, hey, my name is Genesis Dorsey. I am 27 now. Birthday was last week. Okay. I'm 27, and I am really passionate. I live in the second smallest state. I want to say first. The second smallest state, which is Delaware. And I'm really passionate about two things. I love to talk about entrepreneurship. I have several businesses. I am currently in a family business, which is in education. Our family owns private schools, which is really awesome. And now my focus is to help in the expansion of those schools, as well as to carry on my mother's vision. However, my businesses include my personal brand, which is genesisdorsey.com, where I teach entrepreneurs and ministry leaders how to grow their platforms. So people call me the platform coach. So I teach people how to gather people, okay, how to gather them, how to keep them, and then how to sell to them. Whether you're a nonprofit or you're focusing on donorship, whether you are a for-profit and you sell products or services. I have an e-commerce business called Gigi Taught Me that I just kicked back up, decided to go back into it just because of the fact that, you know, I coach on it, and also too, I the game. So I'm happy to be back into it. And then on top of that, I own a boutique design company called Glam Go. We have had the awesome pleasure to design for many of your favorite influencers, ministry leaders, pastors, business owners, and we provide, and our motto is, we package your passion. So what my company Glam Go does is that we make people's planners, journals. A lot of you guys came because of Six Figure Chick. We just redesigned her master plan. I'm actually working with another big influencer. Just sent her the invoice, and so we're working with her. We do websites. We do design your online courses. We basically take all that knowledge, that passionate knowledge, and package it in a way where people can buy it. So I own several businesses. I love what I do. I am, again, located in Delaware. But enough about me. Tonight is about you. But I wanted to follow that first because, you know, you may say, well, what gives you the whole thing to even tell me what to do? Do you have experience? Yes, I do. I may be young, but if you ever have learned or heard of my background story, you will know that my life caused me to go at a much faster rate or pace than most people because of certain circumstances. And it's only because of God's grace that I have been able to have such a focus to do various things. But it did start with focusing on one thing. And that one thing opened up many doors for me. So I want to talk to you tonight about t-shirt businesses, because this is the very first boot camp that's coming up in May. Okay. And if you didn't know I was having a boot camp, guess what? You will know because I have been consistent in email marketing, social media. You will see much more because I'm all about promotion. You got to promote yourself and you got to learn how to show up. Just like I'm doing tonight, I got to show up because I have products and services to give to people. It may not be you, but it's to somebody. Okay. So I got to have the energy. I'm bubbly. I'm excited. You know, I'm here. Okay. And I'm going to hit the pillow when I get done. Okay. So we're talking about what's happening in May. In May, I'm bringing this t-shirt boot camp. I've taught many boot camps on t-shirt businesses. Some of you guys remember 2 years ago, Hustle School had over 100 students. It was awesome, but I've learned so much more and I've done so much more. So, you know, in this time, you know, I want to keep you guys up on it. So tonight we're talking about, so you may want to get, you know, I don't know, a journal, a pen, piece of paper. I got my Chick-fil-A lemonade. God is good. I went to Chick-fil-A Good Friday because that's what a Christian would do. Okay, so you're a Christian, you should go to Chick-fil-A before they close. Well, they're closed now, 10 o'clock. But I have this is my form of honoring God is getting Chick-fil-A. Okay, so we're gonna get into what you need to do before everyone say before you launch t-shirt business. Because here's the thing I want to talk to you about tonight. If you've already launched, this class may not be for you, but tonight we're going to class, okay? And we're not going to do the board tonight. I don't have the energy. I'm tired. That's why I got the Chick-fil-A. But we're going to talk about what you need to do before you launch. Now, I've got my computer here. So this is how you know I'm serious. I don't know where this came from. I got to clean this off, but I have my notes ready. So, okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about the pre-game strategy tonight for what you need when you're launching your t-shirt company. I'm also going to talk about tonight what you don't need to do because there are so many classes out here teaching you the wrong stuff. It's like being in a back alley sometimes. It's like, don't go down that alley. And let me tell you what some of these alleys are telling you that are getting some of you guys bamboozled. The first thing, now we're going to talk about, yes, you got to do this before, but the first thing, okay, that a lot of people do is they feel rushed. You feel as if you're going to miss some train. I don't know what train many of you guys think you're going to miss. It's not Amtrak and it's sure not SEPTA. But you guys are thinking that you're going to miss some metro train, okay? And so because of this, you are rushing to get products out. You're rushing to get designs done. You're like, oh, I got to get this. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And you launch. And the problem is that when you launch prematurely, you miss the T word, okay? You know what that T word is? You know what the T word is? A tribe. Now, the biggest most horrible mistake anyone can do is to build without a tribe. And so what we think is that if I put out the products, I'll get the people. Reverse. You know, the song goes reverse. Okay. Is that you first want to do, this is what you want to do. This is the secret. And we're going to expand upon the secret tonight, is that you want to begin to tease your audience to create a tribe. So you don't actually launch your store. Okay. What you want to begin doing is creating conversation, testing out different product ideas by showing different designs, seeing reaction. And then here's the thing though, you don't just let people react, you gather the reaction. So what does that mean? What that means is that if I'm dropping some, people are like, oh, I like that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, hey, listen, I need you to be on this email list so that you don't miss anything coming out. Now, you may not be launching for a whole year. And I know some people, now this is the problem that people have when I say this kind of stuff, because I know everyone's like, launch your t-shirt business in 30 days, launch your t-shirt business in 90 days. Okay. But guys, let me tell you something. Being a successful t-shirt business owner is not about 90 days, 30 days, 25 days, or 10 days, or 3 days, or 24 hours. Success in a t-shirt company really comes from your tribe because you're selling a product that it doesn't have a very wide margin, right? You guys know, as I posted online today, is that volume is the name of the t-shirt game. I mean, it really is. That is the V word, not down here. Okay, it is out there. Okay, it is the word called volume. Okay, you guys sell a lot to even make thousands of dollars. Now, to me, that's not though an intimidation, because think about it. Because t-shirts are something too that people buy a lot of, you don't need a ton of people to get this thing done, but you do need people. And so when you don't focus on people, this is where the gurus eat you up. This is where they get it. People get excited about having a business. So you're like, I want a t-shirt. I want to sell t-shirts, man. I want to sell t-shirts. So they get y'all hyped like, oh, you want to sell t-shirts? Like, yeah, I want to sell t-shirts. Like, okay, great. Let's sell t-shirts. Great. You now you got t-shirts, right? And then guess what? Where are the people at? Crickets. It's just crickets. And you're just like, I got t-shirts. I have a whole class. I learned how to make some t-shirts. Okay, well, it's been crickets. Hold on, it's been 30 days. You got 2 sales in 60 days. Or here's the thing too. I have clients who have ran successful t-shirt businesses and are now hitting extreme plateaus. So this does not even apply to people who are just launching. I have clients who have been sick. I mean, they were making thousands and then hit a plateau, because they forgot that the art of the t-shirt business is not just value. Here's the other word: sustainability. There are some businesses, like for instance, water ice, where their businesses thrive on a seasonal product, right? You sell water ice when it's warm, and you sell a lot of it. I mean, you sell so much that being closed during when it gets really cold is not an issue, because you've sold so much when it was warm, right? But when you have a t-shirt business, it's not seasonal. Right? You're selling this all throughout the year. So that means that you have to have a sustainable business model where literally every season, every month, you're having this energy. Okay. So this is why the hype should not be in launching. I mean, because you want to have hype when you launch. But let me tell you the best way to prepare a great t-shirt business. Okay. What you want to do is you want to plan for a year launch. I know some of y'all like, no. Yes. I think it's crazy how many people don't want to take out time to build a real successful business. Because the funny part is that everyone else who makes millions of dollars, they take out time to flex and stretch and look at everything in the business. They take out time to really understand the products they're selling. They take out time to form and craft the stories that they will be selling. I mean, they take out the time to work behind the scenes so that when you launch, you aren't pulling yourself. And let me explain why. A lot of times what happens is that you launch the business, right? You launch t-shirt business, and it's almost like you're playing catch up every month. You're like, oh, I got to drop another exciting t-shirt, or I got to do this, I got to do that. Whereas if you spend a year before launching, you would have all 12 months collections, designs. You'll know what photo shoots you want to do. If you want to do photo shoots, you know what mock-ups you'll need. Okay, you're going to have your email campaign. You may not have everything defined, but you have a pretty good idea of what that year is going to look like. You can plan for down seasons, right? And see, nobody's to this. You know what they're going to tell you? Just launch. Sign up. I'll teach you how to launch. You just got to go out there. You just got to launch. And what's going to happen? You're going to launch and you're going to struggle. And I don't speak that on anybody, so don't receive that as a permanent word. But I see it all the time, because people think that the t-shirt business is a hustle, and it's not. It is the last hustle that I would pick. If I was going to sell anything, I would rather hustle food before I hustle t-shirts. I really would, because food is a necessity. T-shirts are not. So when you look at t-shirts as a business, do not pick this up because you want something to do. You're going to become tired. Do not pick up the t-shirt business because you want to earn some extra money on the side. This is not it. You would be better selling Girl Scout cookies. Okay. Don't do it. So this is one of those things where we want to focus on, instead of me rushing, the first thing I want to do is I want to focus on, what do I need to do in my preseason? Now, I'm going to give you some things that I want you to focus on for you to do in your preseason. Okay, so get your notes out. We're going to talk about the different things you do in your preseason. The first thing we talked about is tribe. Okay, the first thing I need to do is figure out who is my tribe. And I know people have taught this, know your audience, know this, know your audience. But guys, here's my thing. It's bigger than an audience. For me, selling t-shirts has become really more about the message versus an audience. Okay, you need to know what message. I have on this, you can't see it here in my office, but right on this rack, this clothing rack, I have a whole bunch of t-shirts from t-shirt companies that I purchased from back in Black Friday. You guys know I bought I bought from over at least, it was like 50 businesses I bought from. I spent like thousands of dollars, and it was enjoyable, but yeah, my accountant wasn't happy. So But anyway, I decided to support all these businesses. And so I bought tons of different t-shirts from different brands. And when I look at the different t-shirts that I bought, and you guys know I invest in the industries that I'm a part of. So I'm looking at where are the messages at. Okay. Because you're not, as I talked about today, you're not selling a t-shirt, you're selling a message. Okay. And you're going to struggle if you think that all you need to do in t-shirt business is just to pump out a t-shirt. That's not the name of this game. So the first thing I need to do is, again, the first note is tribe. In that section, if you're taking notes, if you put down tribe, the next thing you need to ask within tribe is, what is my message? What is the message that I want to bring, okay, within my t-shirt business? Now, guess what? Even if you don't have a t-shirt business, this same question applies to many other products. What is the message that I'm looking to provide? Because your t-shirt sayings, your designs, all of that will be part of a conversation. How do things go viral? Now, see, here's the thing though, too. Some people, they want to launch viral t-shirt brands, right? Which is like where, for instance, you aren't really focused on the brand itself. You're kind of just launching, a viral saying on a t-shirt, right? There's a lot of different companies that have done this on Shopify, different platforms, where they run Facebook ads, you put a viral saying on a t-shirt, and bam, you have a t-shirt business, okay? But most of you who are coming into what I'm teaching on, you want to launch something around a message that you really believe in, or a message that you want to spread, right? So within that, that's why you do need to know the message that you want to put out there. That's going to help to present a core collection for you, because every great t-shirt brand is going to have a core collection. We saw this with a great brand, great Christian brand, which is called God is Dope. Right. And so when they launched their t-shirt company, that God is Dope design was kind of like the cornerstone of their brand. Right. I love another company called Bold Love Apparel. Right. This is a Christian brand. I brag a lot of Christian brands, but there are any t-shirt company that you like, there's usually going to be like a core collection, like a t-shirt that really kind of brought them into their famous stand. Right. So those sets of designs, or that one design, right, that's going to be attached to their core message. And the core message is what's going to sell the t-shirt. So that's the first thing. I have to know the tribe. I have to know my message that I want to do. Okay. And what you want to first do before you launch any type of message-based company is you want to spend time crafting the message into people's hearts before the products come out. You do not want to have the uphill battle of launch product, then get the tribe. Right? That's the worst way to do it. What we see too with a lot of tech companies, this is what they do is, especially product based, what they'll do is they'll put up a landing page and they'll build up for about a couple of months with Facebook ads, right? And they'll pour out all this amount of time into getting people to join their email list way before the product launches, so that when the product launches, they're selling to a large tribe already, instead of you having and put out all this money for producing the product and manufacturing the product. But then again, okay, now it's like you got an office filled with product and you don't have people, right? So thank you, Tanya. So this is where we're going to go next, is how do I do it? That's part two. So the number one was form the tribe. Number two, we're going to talk about this. Tanya Lewis asked, how do you spend time submitting the t-shirts in people's minds, right? So the first thing is this. People do not, again, go back to this, people don't just buy t-shirts. They buy the brand, and then what's on the t-shirt. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is cement who you are. That's the first thing you want to do. Cement who you are. That's why we pre-build the brand. We first spend time submitting who we are. And what we do is you do it through sayings, quotes, messages, right? To really cement who you are and what you represent. Then you begin to leak. This is what I love. So a lot of brands do this when they're in the research and development mode. Sometimes they do this just as a way to build buzz. But remember, you can begin to leak, okay, certain designs to see the reactions, right? And this is a great way to test. But remember, you can't test with 20 people. Okay. Remember, the t-shirt business, you need at least 100 t-shirts to be sold to flip even anywhere close to a good profit. right? So that means 100 people or 100 orders or 100 t-shirts, period. Because some people can order multiple products. So the point is that you want to have a consistent amount of people that you're exposing your brand to. So this is why when we're doing our products, we don't make a product and we don't launch a product and then say, hey, it's available. We begin to show people what's coming out and start to see what reactions we're getting. Okay. The worst thing to do is to think that you know what people want. Okay, let the people vote. A great way to use an email list a lot of times is to actually have people vote in the email inbox which products they like, which ones they prefer. Hey, if you had a shop between these three, you could post on Instagram, which one do you like better, A, B, or C, right? And let the people tell you, right? So the rapper, who was it, 2 Chainz? I want to say it was 2 Chainz. I was reading an article a couple, maybe about 2 years ago. But what they did was that I really want to believe it was either 2 Chainz or Juicy J. I forgot which one. But their e-commerce developer, this guy that they had on their team, his job was to help the rapper to have great online sales with product merchandise, right? So what they did was they began to leak certain products and had the people show which ones they liked, right? It's kind of like, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but Tropicana, which is the orange juice company, they began promoting their orange with these backpacks. And the backpacks were not real backpacks, guys. These backpacks were just a way to show the Tropicana branding, right? But guess what happened when they began to post backpacks? People were commenting, it was 2 Chainz, people were commenting all under the backpacks, where can I get the Tropicana backpack? And I'm telling you, I wanted the backpack because it looked so cool. And the funny part was that definitely took a couple of days. And eventually Tropicana started responding to people and say, hey, we're beginning to look for a manufacturer. They had not even thought that people wanted the backpacks. They just were showing Tropicana in a more millennial cool way. But when they did it, people were like, oh my God, that backpack is hot. Okay, now guess what they're doing? Okay, guys, we got to get a manufacturer. Look at us, we're an orange juice company, and now look, we're about to have backpacks, right? Now, of course, that's not their main focus, but that's an example of don't push out a whole bunch of products at once, right? You want to take the time to leak, just drop. You're not releasing a product yet because guess what? If a product doesn't get a lot of hits, it may not be a good product. If you see a product get a whole bunch, oh man, where can I get this? Okay. Sometimes too, you can do things where you test the product. You only send it out to a few customers just to kind of get feedback. And then if you see that a lot of people start to buy that one, okay, bam, we're going to put this one out into a collection, right? So this is why the second one is that we want to do the art of the leak. I love leaks. Leaks are things where you start to leak out just a few product designs, maybe just one, kind of tell the story behind it, right? Do we promo one saying first? No. So this is what I suggest. And this is on like the leaking strategy, right? So what I suggest is this. You want to first build a brand message, right? And this is where with a lot of my clients, I tell them this is the smartest way to do this. You want to start putting out like quotes, different sayings, right? That are like your mantras, right? See which ones people attach themselves to, right? Sayings, quotes, right? So like, let's say you focus on motherhood empowerment. I'm just making something up. Motherhood empowerment, okay? You're all about empowering mothers to go through postpartum depression, mothers with separation anxiety, mothers just having crazy days. You're looking to give them empowerment clothing. Then when they wake up in the day and they've got stains on their shirt, they're like, this is I'm empowered, right? So you will put out different things. And like, let's say for instance, you put out something and it gets like a mass amount of love. You know what you should do? You take that one and you put that one on a t-shirt. Right? Because if that one got a lot of hits, don't use the quote, they only got 2 likes, right? This is why you build up the tribe first. Why? Because it's hard to get feedback with 15 followers. It's just the truth. People say, oh, it's not about followers. It isn't. But when you're selling products, it is. So this is why I tell people, I wish I could tell you all the mistakes I made. Oh my gosh, when I first started. Okay. But this is why you take out the time. You take up time going to events and, setting up tables and, just testing out products and only buying in small batches and seeing which ones sold. This is why you don't go out here and spend a whole bunch of money and launch a business and you put all this money. No, we start out small, okay? And we take out our time because remember, you build companies, you either do two things, keep them or sell them. Quitting is not an option. I'm either going to build to sell or I'm building to keep it, which means that it needs to be very good enough to sell, which means it has to be very profitable, or it has to be good enough for me to keep this thing and to keep it rolling. So this is why you got to be strategic. Now, I saw a question about a motorcycle company. So I'm going to get to that later. What's a brand message for a motorcycle t-shirt company? Well, being a motorcycle company is not enough. What about, I got to know more about what exactly it is that you're passionate about within the motorcycle, world. Are you promoting riders? Are you promoting, being pro motorcycle? Are you promoting, the love to ride, the joy to ride? I got to know what we're talking about. So once you figure out what your message is, it doesn't need to be too defined. Like, you don't need to be like, I support motorcyclists who wear red hair and two braids on one side, right? You don't want to be that specific, but you do want to have a message. Like, what's your mantra, right? Okay, yeah, riders both. Okay, great. So you want to then focus on, so when I hear that you're focusing on riders, what is the message? What are you promoting? Like, what are you promoting with? What's that message? What is it? So if I asked you, hey, what is it about the motorcycling world that you guys love? And you give me this like one sentence thing, right? And you guys remember my one sentence pitch, right? If you don't know that, remember that, and you need to be able to say what you do in one sentence. So that pretty much does also go for the t-shirt company business, where you can give it to me in like one thing. What is it that you support? What is it that you defend? What's the thing that you love? What's the message you're trying to put out there? That I can't tell you. That's something that you have to love saying over and over again. Think of it as if you're sitting at a vendor table and somebody walks across to your table. What is that one-liner that they're going to read? Okay. So you said, enjoy life, go for a ride. Okay, I like it. Give me something more punchy. So don't, this thing too, sleep on it. That's why too, you can't launch a t-shirt business overnight. You got to think about stuff. So what I suggest is you write down some ideas. Just write down. And don't, this is so important. When you're doing like t-shirt sayings, all that kind of stuff, guys, do not try to cram your mind. I gotta think of a saying. Oh, I gotta think of it. If I don't get a saying tonight, I'm gonna be over it. Not that serious, not that deep. I have clients. I've had clients like, Genesis, I wrote down 20 sayings. I haven't got anything. Oh my God, I'm just like, yo, drink some Chick-fil-A lemonade, okay? Okay, go up to the Chick-fil-A booth and let them make your day happy, okay? Just chill, okay? So take out time, breathe, okay? And then what you want to do is that you want to begin to then do samples. You want to begin to start seeing feedback. One of my greatest mistakes I ever made in doing a t-shirt business was, I remember my very first time I did it. Oh God. But was that I was so excited because my background's in design. So design, web design. So as a creative, I love to design, right? But I forgot that designing a t-shirt was just the first part. I forgot about the selling part. So I was so excited. I got all these designs made. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, woo-wee. I'm about to be sold out. I had like one sale for the first like 60 days. I was like, and I was so humble. That thing humbled me so fast. I said, well, I know my designs are good, but guess what the problem was too? Let's go to number 3. So the first one is create a tribe. Number two, we want to focus on leaking, right? You want to test designs, but here's the third thing that you want to do. Okay, you want to learn the art of conversation. Okay. We got one more, we'll be done. Okay. So you want to learn the art of conversation with your customers. I thought that if I just put up products, post online, promote, I got this in the bag. And what I forgot was that I'm dealing with people in their everyday lives, And the reason why I love to teach what I teach is that I don't teach about making products. I teach about making products that live people's everyday life. What makes products become brands is when the product goes from, oh, this is just a t-shirt I'm just going to put on, versus this is a t-shirt that I love to wear, right? And you don't want to focus on just making products, because then you become a hoarder. And I don't mean to get deep. I'm a Christian and I teach God's word, so I sometimes get. But this is real. You don't want to become a hoarder. And hoarders are right when we take things and you store them up, right? And a lot of times we're not selling actual brands or real products. What we're selling are things that we just print and put out. And you may be making sales, but eventually those sales will come to a plateauing stop, or it'll kind of wave out, because of the fact that the product is not living in people's lives. Right? You have not placed it into a real life scenario. And you may think, well, I'm just selling t-shirts. That's the problem. You're just selling t-shirts. We got to put this into everyday life. You might think, well, let's go back to my example about, let's say you sell t-shirts that focus on promoting, let's say, feminist motherhood. Okay. Feminism mixed with motherhood. You're going to mix those two together, right? Okay. So let's say I'm promoting feminism mixed with motherhood. I think that's actually you come up with a pretty cool name with that. Okay. But anyway, and so I have to begin to place my products in the lives of everyday women who are a mixture of feminists and they are mothers. Okay. Because until I do that, I'm just selling a product. I'm just saying, hey, promote this. Hey guys, buy this, buy this, buy this. And I never place the product into the life. Perfect example is I'm a huge fan of Brooks Brothers. Probably because my father, when I grew up, I always saw my father, from his shirts to ties to shoes to khaki pants, whatever, Brooks Brothers was it. So as I got older, right, when I began to shop for myself, shop for the office, this is actually Brooks Brothers silk scarf I got on sale. They have great sales, 40% off. So it's pretty affordable. But anyway, I love Brooks Brothers. And the reason why I love Brooks Brothers is because they place things into everyday life. And of course, when I think about me putting on this, this does not match what I'm going. You guys know, okay? You guys just go with me. Just go with me. So I think about the office, and I think about watching my father get ready for work and his cufflinks and the monogram shirts, and I would watch on how he would take his knots. I'm a real big fan of Brooks Brothers. They have these small little knots you can put in the cufflinks. Okay, anyway, but I would watch that, and I would watch him get ready for work, right? So the product was not just a product. These were products that help people get ready for the office and for presentations. And I would see him get into the car and drive off for work. And so the brand didn't just become, it's just a Brooks Brothers. It became to where now, as his daughter and as many of my family members, when I got older, and I thought about, well, where do you shop for office stuff? Well, I'm going to go to Brooks Brothers. Because I saw the scarf went around the bow. I saw, the sweater that went with the college, the Oxford shirt. And this was me preparing for the office, preparing for where I went to work. So you have to begin to think about, how do my products place into everyday life? Don't just make products. Make life, this is big. Make products that people live with. This is big. You will never struggle when you begin to place products into people's lives. Okay. And of course, you got to have strategy. You got to have business strategy. But that's what branding is about, right? That's what real branding is. Branding is not just design or colors or fonts. Branding technically is the overall experience that people receive when they live in the brand, right? So that's actually what damages, and that's what uplifts the brand. Right? So when I say, and I ask, well, what's your brand? You can't tell me the name, because that's not the brand. You got to tell me, what is the lifestyle? What is the feeling, the emotions that I get with your product? Because if you tell me that you just sell t-shirts, that is not enough. Okay. So conversation. If I had a year to plan out my t-shirt brand, you know what I would do? I would spend throughout that year gathering conversation, gathering content, meeting. Let's say I was promoting, again, feminism mixed with motherhood, right? I would try to gather as many feminist mothers I could find, have conversation, give them samples of products, take photos with those products, begin to gather their stories. Bam. That's going to sell your product much further than, hey, here's a mock-up, guys. Hey, buy this t-shirt, buy this sweatshirt, buy this dress. Put it into their lives. Have conversation. Ask people what they think. Never be a business owner that is so prideful that you do not care about what people think about your product. That is the fastest way to go downhill, is where you never receive criticism, positive criticism. Okay, you know, criticism that helps you. Where you are willing to hear this product sucks. You may be like, I put all so much work, but it may not be good. Hey, here's what you can do better. Here's what I think would be a better idea. And not every opinion is valid fact, but if you get enough of something, that then is something you definitely should listen to, right? Oh man, I think that the colors are just too harsh, right? You see, this is why you don't just rush out with products. You take out time to do what? Research and development. And this is actually a part of what larger companies do when they're making real products. And I think it's crazy on how smaller businesses, we think that we need to skip all that stuff because we're small business owners. Just because you're small does not mean, as I always say, just because you're small does not mean that you want to be stupid, right? So just because I'm a small business owner does not give me the go ahead to skip all the things that are going to make me successful, right? Now, a larger corporation or company, they may have more steps, but that does not mean that you remove the research and development process. So I'm going to take out the time to ask people what they think. I'm going to take out the time to find customers who match my target audience. I'm going to say, do you like this t-shirt? And if they say it looks horrible, take a note. T-shirt B looks horrible. Do you like this t-shirt? T-shirt. Do you like this t-shirt? Yeah, I really like how the colors blend. I like it. Okay. But you know what most people do? Like, you know what they do? They open up their business. They say, hey, I'm launched. And you never got any feedback. And you wonder why no one's buying your t-shirts. Because you never asked people what they really thought. Because you thought that what you do is so hot. And you always want to be humble enough to get good feedback. Because guess what? It's going to make your business better. And you know what it also does? It also opens up the transparency conversation to where they know that those who are creating this brand are open enough to hear from their audience, to hear from their customer base. If you are someone who's not willing to hear from your customer base, are you really for your customers? Do you really want to give them the best? Or do you just want to give them what you want? Business is about a mixture. It's about you knowing what your mission is and you meeting that in the middle of what your customers' needs and desires are, right? Meeting in that middle. And this goes not just for t-shirts, but for any type of business that you have. Remember that business at the core is about people. I sent an email out about this to my email tribe, Boss Builder Nation, to my email list. And I told you guys about this, the email list, to the email marketing message, is that business is about people. It's about people. When you begin to make products about people, you will have a brand that connects. Okay. Now, last one. First one is you got to create a tribe. You need people. You got to do this before you launch. Number 2, you need a leak. Right? And I'm sure for your toddler, that may mean something. If you have a toddler, leak is one thing. But this kind of leaking that we're talking about is a leaking that is connected to putting out products before they launch and getting kind of a taste of the waters of what your customers are going towards. Okay. And then number 3 is conversation. Remember this, if you say that you're in the t-shirt business, you're not in the t-shirt business unless you actually sell just t-shirts. Okay. What we're in is in the people business, okay? You are selling something that people need. And this is actually my recommendation for any business owner. Whether you're service-based or product-based, you don't sell products or services. That is the byproduct. But you are a people business owner. You're selling something that connects people to other people or connects people to their loves, their passions, right? If I sold chocolate milk, right? Would I pitch chocolate milk? No, I would not pitch chocolate milk. No. What do people pitch when they talk about milk? Vitamin D, the vitamins, even though it has stuff, I don't think there's no vitamins in it. But, vitamins, strength, wake up in the morning to a sweet drink, am I pitching? If I sell tea, do I sell tea? No, tea is a byproduct, okay? But what am I actually pitching? I'm pitching the fact of waking up in the morning and waking up with a great cup of sweet, savory goodness. I'm pitching to you of sipping on something that's going to help your body. It's going to help you live longer. It's going to detox and clean out all the gookiness in you, right? So do we sell products? That's the byproduct. But when you go to your plan, this is what I want everybody to do if you are in the beginning process or you've reached a plateau in your business. I want you to look at your message. I want you to look at, if I ask you, what do you sell? I hope that you wouldn't tell me that you sell graphic designer websites. No. What do you sell? What are you putting in people's hands? What is it that people are living with that your product helps to do, right? You may say, well, it's not that deep. It is that deep. The reason why people don't think it's that deep is that we've limited business to, I'm just selling something. And that's the quickest way to just have a hustle. But the t-shirt business is not a hustle. It takes too much energy for it to be a hustle. This is something where it takes a lot of time. Takes energy, and it's the reason why I stopped running mine, because I was so focused on helping people launch theirs that I take time out. I had to pause mine because this energy, it takes work, but it's good. So let's finish out with the last one. So first one is tribe, second one is leak, third one is conversation. Here's the fourth thing: before you launch, measurables. Oh, I can't talk about this one enough. Measurables. Okay. What do I mean by measurables? Now, the word measurables basically means things to measure your success or certain things by within your business. But these measurables that I'm about to discuss are the measurables that you need, okay, before you launch. So a lot of my clients, when I work with my clients for t-shirt businesses, or we do these boot camps, right, like the one happening in May, which is why you need to sign up, is they ask me, okay, when do I know it's time to launch? So that's a good question, right? Because I told you, take out your time and slow it down. So you're going to be like, okay, Genesis, well, how slow do I have to go? That rhymes. Bars. So the thing about it is that you want to have measurables to know, bam, it's time. So what are the measurables I need? Let's go through the list. The first one is the tribe. How many people? Now, here's the funny part is that people think that because they have a certain amount of people, it's time to launch. But remember that even if you have 1,000 people on your email list, the average open rate for most people is around 20 to 30%. So that means that if I have 1,000, then 200 to 300 actually open up my emails. Uh-oh. We've reached a dilemma. Girl, I have 1,000 people on my email list. It's time to launch. Gigi, listen, I don't care what you guys say. It's time to launch. Okay. And I actually think 1,000 people is a good goal. I actually think that's a good time. I think it's a good time to launch 1,000 people. I really do. When you have 1,000 people on your email list, go bada bada bang boom. But you don't have to have that many people launch either, because I'm gonna show you another measurable. When I talk about 1,000 people, it does not have to be your email list. For me, 1,000 people is interacting with people. And this is the part that a lot of you guys miss. You guys talk to people every day. Every day. Y'all are running your yapping lips at the supermarket, the gas station, the Wawa, Aldi, Wegmans, Kroger's, okay, at the supermarket. You meet people all day and night, okay? So you need to begin to be a walking billboard for your brand, okay? Before you launch. So you just need to gather 1,000 people. That's it. Just gather. So, because remember, out of those 1,000, your click rate in email is going to be 20 to 30. Then you may have some people on social media too, right? But the point is that you never reach that full amount. Like I have 19,000 on Instagram. I don't reach 19,000 though. No, I don't. Maybe I may reach. Usually, I reach between 20 to 30% of my actual total population. Right? Some people say it's actually technically 10%. Usually people reach 10%, right? So you have to begin to think about, how am I going to reach people? Remember, if I want to hit a certain figure in my business, we talked about in t-shirt business, 87 people. If you want to hit a certain amount, we just talked about, if you want to do 1,000, it was what, 40 something, right? 40 something sales, t-shirt sales a month, right? So that means every month I got to be hitting those things. If I want to do several thousand, I got to be selling, 500 shirts, right? 500 shirts a month. That's 500 different people. They can have multiple products in their cart, but I have to, be talking to several people. So this is why you want to have, again, measurables. So have measurables in the amount of people you want to hit before you. For me, the biggest thing is making sure you have an email list and making sure that you are promoting as much as possible in person, sponsoring, Facebook. Just start gathering people. Start gathering the people. Okay. And then you want to launch. The other thing that you want to have measurables in, okay, is the collections. You're not ready to launch if you only have a month worth of promotion ready. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Mm-mm. I had a sip on this one. Oh, that's strong. That is diabetes lemonade, okay? They should be shaming themselves. Too sweet. So it's good. But you don't want to launch a business and you only have a month worth of preparation. This includes product development, products that you're getting ready to drop. And we're going to talk about this in the boot camp. Because in the boot camp, I'm going to teach you how to do collections right. Some of y'all do not know how to do. A lot of y'all don't know how to do collections. I'm going to teach you on how to do collections, how to drop them, when to drop them, how often to drop them, because you have to keep the hype going. And a lot of people forget this. You know what they do? They launch 5 t-shirts and that's it. That's it. 5 t-shirts. And they think that that's just going to sell a whole year. And they don't hype up those t-shirts again. They just create a few products and they just say, oh, I got an online store. And they don't bring campaigns. They don't. So the people, you got to remember, people are used to collections. If you look at your email inbox, you look at the emails you get from online stores, there's a continuous flow of collections of new products, you don't have to have a lot of products either. But I'm just saying there's this hyped up energy that comes in these emails, comes in these sales, comes in these pitches for products. So if you think that you can come up into these people's inboxes with no energy, you are already losing. Right? So this is why you also need to make sure you have things planned out. My whole goal, my whole measurable is 3 to 6 months. You want to have 3 to 6 months, okay, planned out before you launch. So that things are already, this includes social media. You should not be launching and you're talking about, oh my God, I forgot to post today. Oh no, no. Pause, time out. They're not ready. They're not ready. Nope. Go to the bench. Okay, go to the bench. You need to have all this stuff already done. This should not be where you're catching up to run your business. That's how it's going to become exhausting because you're always going to be playing catch up. So the measurables are the amount of people. Your measurables should be how much that you already have planned out, right? You should have first quarter, whatever you launch, you all want to launch at the beginning of a quarter. Always, never in the middle. So don't tell me, oh, I want to launch on my birthday. Forget birthday. I love you, but let's all do the top of a quarter. Okay. And the reason why is because it's a better way to organize the launch of your business. So when you launch the top of a quarter, bam, you got 3 months. So if you've already pre-gamed for 3 to 6 months and again, you did this the year before, then you don't have to worry about catching up. You'll always be at least a quarter ahead, right? So that means that if I am in the spring, summer should be getting worked on. If I'm in the summer, then we already got winter already done, right? So it shouldn't be when it comes around Black Friday, you should be, oh my God, I have to get a Black Friday plan together. You should have already had those designs, your collections already done. And that's what it takes to run a real t-shirt business. But a lot of people aren't talking about this. They're just telling you, oh, just put out design, just do this. Guys, I want to get you guys in the fashion. That's really what fashion houses do. What they do is they're pre-planning this stuff ahead of time so that they're not being dragged by their own business. Okay. So last question. I'm going to take questions. Missy off of YouTube asks, I personalize a lot of items like baby blankets, bibs, jewelry, kitchen items, pillows. How do I put that in one sentence? Well, the question is, what kind of business is this? So you may say that, okay, well, I'm a personalized type of business where we personalize items, right? But hey, girl, hey, but that's what you do as a buyer. Remember what you do. This is big, guys. I always know this. What I do is the byproduct of what my business has been called to do, right? So like your products or services are byproducts, okay? Okay. But what you actually provide for people, that is the one sentence. Okay. So if you and I'm located in Delaware, but if you personalize items, you personalize items for what reason? That's probably a good question to start there. For what reason? Why did you start that business? Is it that you want to help people to have that personal touch that these items are made for them, right? You want to have products that they live in, that they walk-in that they use in their houses. You know, you got to think about what's the bigger picture, and that's what you pitch, right? Like, let's say, for instance, I ran a personalized business, right? I would be focused on showing people the beauty. Okay, I'm trying to, like, because again, I'm just trying to fill this in my mind. I would probably focus on the beauty of intimate, personalized items, right? And the fact that these are items that have their name on it. They don't belong to anyone else. These are items made just for you, right? Just for you, right? So that's what I would focus on. You know, kind of what's the storyline too of your business. Never just focus on what you do. Focus on the bigger picture story. Are there any other products that you can sell while you're still building your tribe? You can generate any other income. If I just want to put money, even if just to put money into the business. Great. So my biggest suggestion is that when you launch a business, and this is actually funny because when I think about the t-shirt business, I think about how, especially when you're having other businesses. So when you launch a business, you always want to remember that it's going to need some starting money to get off of its feet, right? And the art of putting money, of investing money into the business ahead of time is that it will bring back the money, right? So when I'm taking out that year, right? You should not be spending that much money. You really shouldn't. You know, the money you should be putting in is getting the products ready. That's why that year that you're taking to build that tribe should be focused on free content. Like, think about it like this. You know, you're using scheduling software that should be for free to schedule out content or a minimal cost. My whole thing is it cost me $50 to run my pregame. Only $50. And then, of course, you know, you had to put money into the t-shirts. You know, you had to put, I had to put money into ads, right? But then I put those money into ads when I wanted to boost my email list. And I had to know too that was money that had to go out before I made the money back. So are there any of the products? Usually most companies, no. They're not selling any other products. They're not selling any because they're taking up that time. This is why you never launch a business until you have some money to invest into it. Never start a t-shirt business because you need immediate money. Because that kind of business, it is not that kind of business. So it's really best to have something else to do. Like, you know, whether you have a job, you have another side hustle, do that. Okay. So that the t-shirt business, like, you're not expecting that to be the main money maker. I'm trying to tell you guys now, I cannot tell you how many clients I've told this to. Do not use a t-shirt business as a way for you to make some extra side money, because it is not that kind of business. It's better to Uber and Lyft than to do that. And I know people say, oh, well, no, just listen to me. Because t-shirts are products. They're not necessities. Okay, so you got to think of it in that way. Hopefully that helps. So I would definitely recommend, you know, making some money in some other areas and then putting that money into the business. I created the model t-shirts because I felt like there weren't any cute models. Oh, yes, that's cute. So are these for like female writers? Because that's a whole brand right there, is having a t-shirt business that's focused on shirts made for female writers. That's dope, actually. I like that. That's cool. And if you think about it, you can have, like, this is like what is this? This is like a chemical wash kind of tee, you know. You can have all different types of things. You know, you can have the tank tops, you know, and the rock. Oh, I'm getting excited. So yeah, I got two. Hold on, I think my it's on 4%. Instagram. Oh, let me put you guys on a tripod because you guys are about to. I think that the thing that holds the thing. Oh Lord. Instagram, I'll let you guys go soon. Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. But yeah, guys. So basically, cool motorcycle shirts that aren't stiff and feel like 100 pounds, right? So, you know, just cool, you know, nice soft shirts that when I put them on, I just feel like riding. You know, or it's a shirt when I read the phrase, it makes me feel like riding. You know, that's exciting. Okay, when it comes to t-shirts or journals, should a phrase be trademarked? Okay, so we're going to be talking about trademarking. I've talked about this before. We will be talking about trademarking in the boot camp. As a short answer, you want to trademark the sayings that will be the cornerstone of your brand. you're not going to have, especially if you're going to be launching a ton of different t-shirts with a whole bunch of sayings, you're not going to want to trademark every single saying. I'll tell you that right now. It's expensive. So you trademark the cornerstone phrases of your brand. Okay, that's very smart, because if I trademark every saying I use, and some of your sayings will probably be very generic, so you can't trademark them anyway. Okay, but you want to trademark the ones that are the cornerstone of your brand. So if you have 3 phrases that you put on everything, and they're your phrases, those need to be trademarked. And it is very important to trademark them, because there's way too many horror stories. I've been through many where people have ripped off my content and trademark saying, and they've started their own t-shirt companies. So you definitely want to trademark the cornerstone phrases. Okay, guys, bam, we did class. It's our class is average time. I hope you learned so much. We went over 4 things. We squashed a lot of stuff. I hope that I helped you in some kind of way. If not, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I can't help you. I'm going to help you, site. Anyway, guys, listen. So, last but not least, you need to sign up for boot camp. I don't know why you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself if you have not signed up. Okay, so T-shirt boot camp starts in May. That's in like 2 weeks. Okay, so we start all the dates. Everything is in the bio. If you're watching on Instagram, click the link in my bio. There's a button that says boot camp, summer boot camps. Click on that. You can go over all the descriptions. There's 4 different boot camps happening this whole summer. We're doing planner and journal boot camp. We're doing T-shirt boot camp. We're doing how to launch your own 6-figure design boot camp. Okay, we're also doing a boot camp on how to launch your own online ministry. Okay, so there's 4 different boot camps. You need to sign up for one of them. Now, I'm not saying this because I need your money. Okay, I got a full-time job, which is I work for my parents. Whew, Lord, help bless me, Lord. But so I don't need this. I do this because I sincerely want to help people not feel rushed. I want you to slow it down, and calculate and actually have a real company. That's what I want to help people make real money, but it takes time. It takes time. So this is why these boot camps are great investments. Are they investment? They sure are. Is it going to cost you some money? It sure will. But guess what? I promise, by spending these hours, it's group learning, by spending these intimate class sizes, I mean, there are 20 people per class, very intimate. So by spending this time with me every week for an hour, you're going to learn so much. Some of you have learned a lot in this, that you've learned more than some of these webinars and all sorts of stuff. So imagine what you're going to learn 4 straight weeks. Hour per, they're online, it's all virtual, so you can live in Timbuktu and tune in, okay, via Zoom, and you're going to tune in. We're going to talk, and the way that I teach you in class is just like this. It's conversational. We're going to pause. If you have questions, we're going to dive into them. So this is one of those things where when you have specific questions at the end of each boot camp, at the end of each class, we're going to go over them. So nobody will feel as if, oh my God, like I'm not getting my questions answered, I'm not getting help. You're going to have it. And 2, because you're in a group class, questions that you may not know about, but someone may ask you to get those answers as well. All the classes will be recorded and put up into an online portal. So let's say you may say, I'm not launching my company until next year. Great. Take the class now. You have your online classes, videos, and when you get ready to launch, you can watch them all over again in Timbuktu. Okay, let me stop. This is how I am. I'm very silly, very down or cheeky. I'm crazy, but I love God. He loves me too. Yeah. So guys, anyway, have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye, Instagram. Be sure to sign up. If you have any questions, DM me. Sign up, please, because we get started. So I can't help you once we get started. Okay. So sign up, get your coins, gather them, invest. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Instagram. See you guys later. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. See you, Facebook. See you guys later. Click the link that is here. There's a link that's right with this video. I'm also going to type it up in here as well. Give me a second. Type this up in YouTube. I'm about to come to you guys in a second. Okay, if you click that link, oh, you know what? I think it has to be an HTTP thing. Hold on. Type that in there. Oh, never mind. It showed up. Okay, great. If you click right there, it'll take you straight to boot camp descriptions. Okay, so guys, see you later. Be sure to sign up. And then if you're here on YouTube, I'm going to type in this link right in here into the chat. Okay, and I'll make sure it's in the description video as well. But click the link, and I hope to see you guys in boot camp. There will be 4 different boot camps. So every month I'll be talking about the different upcoming boot camps. We have ones all the way. Again, we have planner and journal boot camp. It's gonna be amazing, 4 weeks. The 6-figure design business. So many different ones. So I will be taking out time to build content to different videos, right, to help you guys in these different topics. Okay, so stay tuned. We got a lot to learn over this summer. Okay, guys. Bye. See you later.